Ukraine, we're now heading to the west coast of America to talk to Charlie Haywood, a Learning Planet Youth Fellow and founder and CEO of Dreamcatchers Education. Seeing a path between your dream job and the different courses and options available at universities can be overwhelming and leave many anxious about what to choose. This is why Charlie created Dreamcatchers Education, a YouTube channel to help students and young people identify their dreams and then inspire and enable them to apply and get into top universities. Welcome to LP Vision, Charlie.
Thank you, Reem.
We're so happy to have you here. Charlie, by establishing Dreamcatchers Education, you are able to offer free online education to students across various disciplines. How did you transform your idea into reality, and what does it look like today?
All right, so I can start with explaining a little bit behind my idea for Dreamcatchers and why I was so inspired to do it. And it really came from my own experiences, where I found two main things. The first is that there is a huge need for educational resources in many communities, be it my own community and the broader international community. And second is that students are often unsure of what they're truly interested in or what major industry or career they really want to get into. And I think naturally, as you're applying to college at 18 years old, it's impossible to know what you truly want to do. So that's why I really was inspired and wanted to start Dreamcatchers. And in terms of the strategies that I personally implored to make Dreamcatchers a reality is that I first started out by leveraging personal connections to interview successful individuals, and that's where I made my YouTube videos. So I thought that it was a perfect opportunity to leverage the personal connections that I had to see what each individual industry is really like. So I interviewed people in the STEM and engineering field to the medical field. And it's great to talk to them and see what it was that they're doing, as well as what advice they had for students who are really interested in getting into that field. And moving to the US, I found a lot of opportunities to expand Dreamcatchers. I took up fundraising opportunities as well as school courses that I taught with Dreamcatchers, and I invited others to teach them as well. And today we've reached the audience of over 6,000 students and we have a international outreach with Dreamcatchers Education. So that's kind of where we're at today.
It's truly inspiring to hear how you leveraged your resources and your connections to bring Dreamcatchers to life. But I'm sure you faced obstacles on your journey. Can you tell us what was your greatest one and how did you overcome it?
Absolutely. So kind of with what I explained just now, one of the ways that we've grown is through fundraising. And I would have to say that one of my greatest obstacles has been one of my fundraising opportunities. And last year I did a fundraiser with a local philanthropist here, Tom Roach, and the Salvation Army for education for Ukrainian refugee students. So as a result of the war, unfortunately, a lot of students were not able to get not just a quality education, but really any education at all.
Yeah.
And this was, personally really tragic event. And as I'm so passionate about education, I couldn't sit by and do nothing. So when I saw this opportunity to help, I had to act. And now we did this. The fundraiser itself was a success. We were able to raise over 19,000 and help over 250 students get back into school. But unfortunately, I think my biggest failure was that I wasn't able to really convince everyone in the community and convey how important of an issue this was and how passionately I and many others felt about it. Now, naturally, there's always no right and wrong answer to, questions like these, because a lot of my own community locally is in need and needs educational resources and all the help they can get. But this was something with the Ukrainian students that hit really close to home for me personally and was something that I was really moved by. And I don't think I was able to convey that as much as I had wanted. So I would definitely say that I wanted to really show that community is more than just who our local community was, or it extends past our city, our state, or even our country. We have a huge community all across the world, and I think we should help in any way we can. So that's kind of where I think my biggest goal I faced was.
What a wonderful thing to hear regarding your perspective. As an architect for tomorrow, what are you planning on building next?
Okay, so for my next steps, I would say I kind of have two areas. First, in education is with Learning Planet and Planetism University. I'm so happy to be working with LP and with everyone in Planetism University. It's been a great experience for me personally. I think I've learned a lot, especially at the General Assembly, the UN General Assembly in September, as well as connecting with so many youth fellows around the world. And that's what I'm working on in the education side of things. I see it as the next step for Dreamcatchers, and taking what I've learned and what I've done for Dreamcatchers and taking it to the next level with Planetism University. So that's one of my passions. And my second passion is for sustainable aviation. And in terms of what I'm planning on building next is I'm going to go to Stanford's class of 2028 for both aerospace engineering and computer science. And really, my interest is in tackling what I think is another one of the greatest challenges we're facing today besides education, which is climate change. And a little bit behind why I'm so passionate about it is that when I went to Alaska and I went to hike the glaciers, I saw firsthand how far back it had receded. And, we always hear climate change, global warming, this is such a big deal, which it really is, but it never had hit me as hard as when I went and saw it myself firsthand. And at the same time, I also discovered that, I'm a pilot, right? And aviation is the leading contributor towards personal emissions. And that was groundbreaking because two of my biggest passions, were directly opposed to each other. So that was a big moment for me and really inspired me to pursue the intersection between sustainability and aviation. So that's my next step on what I want to get into.
Well, good luck on your future endeavors. The name Dreamcatchers Education is intriguing. How does this name embody the vision and mission of your educational initiative?
Okay, so when I founded Dreamcatchers Education in 2019, one of my original goals really was to help students find what their dreams are and empower them to really catch their dreams. So that's why my organization is called Dreamcatchers. And really, as a result of this desire, that's why I've set up Dreamcatchers and have been working towards inspiring students, because kind of like I mentioned at the start, I think it's really hard and really difficult for students to know what it is that they want to do in the future at a young age and be so certain in their paths. And that's why I wanted to provide resources to kind of inspire them for what they're interested in. And I try to do that through my interview videos with industry professionals for students to get a sense of what industries are really like and what it is they'd be actually doing as a doctor, as an engineer, etc. But also as a secondary sort of benefit of Dreamcatchers, what I wanted was for students to start out by learning and figuring out what their passions were, and then actually being able to and catch them and really achieve and actualize their dreams. So that's why after moving to the US and taking up different opportunities that were available to me here to help the community, I really wanted to empower students to actually find their dreams and make them into a reality. Why the name Dreamcatchers?
Thank you so much for joining us, Charlie, and good luck in everything that you're going to do in the future. I believe that a person with your mentality will go a long, long way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reem.